endless running games are quickly becoming the go-to genre for smartphones. We've seen ones with jetpacks, tiny birds, and even 2D classics rebooted as runners. But in spite of this bloated genre, Punch Quest had so much style I just couldn't put it down, and it's our gratis pick of the week. Technically, it's more of an endless puncher than an endless runner. Uppercuts fling you into the air so you can hit flying enemies, but they also slow you down. So you'll need to mix in plenty of dashing punches to keep your speed up and keep those long combo multipliers going. There are a lot of platforming staples at play here too, such as branching paths, fireballs, and spike pits. And while there isn't a jump button, you can dash at the end of uppercuts to cover trickier gaps. The first time you encounter one of the game's bosses, it can feel a bit like running into a brick wall. But any switched-on gamer will soon suss out their patterns. Take this ogre for example. Dashing punches are useless against him, so the only way forward is smacking him in the eye. It's obvious once you've worked it out, but it's these trickier bits that really fill out the levels. One of the highlights here are the game's power-ups. Extra ammo? Who needs it? Star power? Boring. How about riding a freaking dinosaur that fires lasers? Not your bag? Try an aggressive garden gnome that fights killer bees. It's every gamer's fantasy, isn't it? There's also a plethora of unlockables and microtransactions. It's a common theme with free games. The most blatant offenders have you playing for weeks to unlock serious upgrades, but thankfully this game dishes out loads of coins, so you've got enough to unlock something new after almost every go. I don't often find myself coming back to games that I know I can't complete entirely, but here there was almost a guilty joy in hitting the reset button after I died again and again. And again. It can be frustrating when you have a bad run and get hit with a couple of bosses in a row, but with practice though, you'll notice little hints along the way that indicate when the paths split, and these hints are a big help. Being able to avoid the bosses and head towards more of the power-ups can really help for big scoring runs. At the end of the day, it's that combo multiplier that has the biggest impact on your score, so you will need sharp reflexes if you're going to master those lengthy strings, because it's just as easy to miss one enemy or take a hit and end your multiplier. It's definitely hard to stand out in a now very cluttered marketplace full of endless runners and score chasers, and while many of these have a small price tag, as far as totally free games go, this one's up the top of the list. It's got a great polished retro style, and it's become surprisingly competitive around the office, so I'm giving it 8 out of 10 rubber chickens.